Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our first press conference. Going to get started here. Before we start, please silence your cell phones. I don't have any disturbances. So with us, we have the number 2 seed Wheeling Jesuit Cardinals with the 37-3 record, and then the Lewis Flyers 28-7 coming into the matchup. The number 7 seed, they're playing the 12 o'clock game tomorrow. First, we're just going to start. I'm going to introduce everybody, and then we'll start with opening statements from each coach, and then open it up for questions. With us from the Cardinals, we have junior Stephanie Sylvester and sophomore Cassie Meyer and head coach Christy Benner. And from the Flyers, we have senior Abby Becker and senior Elizabeth Highland and head coach Laura Lee Smith. So, Coach Benner, I'll start with you. A few words.
Sure. First off, thanks to everybody. We've only been here for not even 24 hours, and it's been an amazing experience so far. Just glad to be back and in this position to compete tomorrow. Looking forward to it.
Same thing. Thanks. We got in last night. The Fall Festival was amazing. They had fireworks, and Topgolf did a really nice job. I'm pretty sure my team had a wonderful time. And so far the venue, everything's top-notch. It's really great.
All right, Stephanie, I have a question for you to get things going. You lead Division II with 13.13 assists per set and lead also the country in total assists. Just talk about how you run the offense and how that runs through you.
Yeah, I couldn't be doing that without the passes that I get from our back row, and then I obviously wouldn't get the assists without my hitters, and I think that with our offense, that allows me to get the assists, is spreading out the offense.
Great, and obviously sitting next to you, Cassie, you're a big part of that offense, but talk about also that you've had 22 double-doubles this year. Just talk about your all-around game.
I mean, like Stephanie said, I can't do it without my team. We work really well together, and I mean, it takes every single player out on the court, and for me to be able to do that every game.
Okay, and I'm going to move down here. Abby, you set the school record all-time assist leader this year. Just talk about what that means to you and how your senior season has been.
You know, it's pretty important. It's like it was one of my goals. Every year we make goals that we want for the season, and that was one of them. And just my hitters, and like Bitsy, she's an awesome teammate and has helped me get there. So it's just really cool.
Great. And Elizabeth, again, talk about your all-around game. You're a 6th rotation player, put up some great numbers this year.
Yeah, I think my team just really helps me when I'm struggling. I have Abby or Ronnie. I really lean on them. And, yeah, I think our chemistry is there, and it took us a while to get there, especially with the amount of seniors we had last year. I think it took us a while to be where we are now, but it makes it even greater and more fun to play, knowing that it didn't come easy for us.
Great. Before we open for questions, I failed to mention, obviously, programs sitting here, Wheeling, this is their 5th championship appearance, 5th time in the last 6 years. Congratulations. And Lewis, their 3rd appearance, 2nd in the last 3 years. So this time we'll open up to questions for the coaches or student athletes.
Coach Benner, team's coming in red hot. I think 29-game winning streak. It's also been a big layoff. How have you kept that momentum rolling before action starts?
Right. I think that we probably didn't have a break like we would normally have. We got the players back on campus a little bit early and made sure that we took time and went over everything we needed to go. And I think our last practices were very efficient, very good. So we're just looking forward to playing.
Elizabeth, you talked about the team chemistry issues, how it's taken a lot longer. Had a little bit of a downturn, and you guys started as a team project kind of assignment. You had to read the book, get on about the energy bus. But how much has that really affected you guys this last month and a half?
I think we just have embraced it, and you guys will see we have these really wanky practice shirts. Like I swear we have really nice practice shirts, but we choose to practice and warm up in these homemade shirts with Sharpie on them that say get on the bus, and we just kind of embody what that book is, and that every negative depends on how you feed off of it and how you look at it. And so I think that has completely changed the path of our season, is because we really took adversity and used it for positive when we were using it as negative and kind of digging ourselves in a bigger hole. So I think that book really was kind of the turning point for this season.
Cassie and Stephanie, I said I wouldn't ask it, but who had the better night at Top Golf last night?
I'm not very good at golfing.
I guess I did pretty good. My family golf, so.
Follow up to that, you guys have recently had 3 All-Americans announced. Talk about practice every day. You guys get to practice against each other and how important. Just talk about the level of play you guys get at practice and how that prepares you for these matches.
Well, a big thing for us is that individual awards just really don't matter. I mean, obviously they're there and we recognize it, but every single person on our team contributes to practice, and we play very hard and we're very competitive against each other, and I think that really is what pushes us to be better.
Yeah, our level of play at practice is pretty high. We're just going back and forth at each other, and it's usually like split up evenly, even though like we have a set like lineup usually, and they like break it up sometimes, and we play like certain games every practice, and it's very intense.
Coach, you guys, as mentioned, you guys have been on a pretty good run lately. How your team responded at Seton Hill, how important do you think it was to face some adversity in the midst of this run?
Well, I think that facing adversity is fine if you win. So it was a lot better, and I'm a lot more comfortable with it now that it's passed and it won. But I guess in the moment, it was very difficult to sit there and watch us, struggle at times. But I think what was great is that they did step up and start playing and figure out a way to win that match, because it was slipping away from us for sure.
Abby, just talk about, of course, you and Elizabeth were here 2 years ago, and then last year you thought you had a chance to get back to this point, lost in the regional championship. What has been kind of the message that you've been delivering to some of the kids that haven't been here for this week?
When we were at Drury, one of the refs was like, when we went to the captain's meeting, he's like, take these moments in because they don't come often. And so I'll say it in the huddle sometimes because like this is one of the greatest moments of our lives right now, and just to like soak it all in because you're doing it with people that you've worked so hard for or worked hard with, and it's just awesome to be here and to be with the people that are feeding your positive energy. So pretty much just being all around positive, taking in the moments because they only come around once in a while.
Follow up, Laura Lee, you talked about midway through the season, you really weren't sure if your team was going to be in a position to make the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
Now you're here. Talk about just everything this past month that the team has gone through this past month and a half.
Yeah, they, just in general, I have a group of players that if you give them a goal or a mindset, they just embody it. Part of it was the book, I think part of it was these two deciding how and where they wanted to be. Bitsy mentioned we had a lot of seniors last year that we relied on in big moments of matches and figuring out who was going to be those players now. Even though we had people returning that played, they weren't necessarily the big moment players. And it just took us the month of October to figure it out, and in that whole process you also gain confidence. And I think at this point of the year, the team that feels the most comfortable with each other and has the most confident is the team that ends up playing the best.
Abby and Elizabeth, how special is it to be those seniors this year and have this opportunity?
Do you Sure. It's so cool. I'm coming in to Lewis, like I've always had this goal of being here, and so being here twice is really cool, and I don't take it for granted because I know most teams don't even get to go here once. So I think that's cool, but being here with the people that I love and like work hard for every day is even cooler. So just like Abby said, trying to take in the moment every day.
Coach, what makes these two special over the last 3
Oh gosh,
years?
how can I cry? A lot of it's the goal setting. I think these two in general, the program was in a great spot, but just the way they talk about their end goal, the end goal for the team, the mindset for the team, and how much they dedicate to changing any part of their daily life in order to be a better teammate first and then a better volleyball player, it just rubs off on everybody else. I think the entire program has a higher level of passion for volleyball, mainly because of these two.
Coach Benner, touch on, you guys are obviously the closest team to Pittsburgh, just the championship experience right in your backyard? And
Well, it's terrific, actually. And obviously, when it was announced it was in Pittsburgh, it was a goal that we had, and how wonderful it would be to be so close to Wheeling and be here. And I think also what helped us is the amount of hard work that the head coaches committee did to get that extra week for us this year. And I think it was really important for us to be able to go out and play nationally ranked teams early on and play a tough schedule. So I really commend those who worked really hard on that. And we're just excited to be here and in a place that we feel is kind of home for us. So.
all right, thank you. Best of luck this whole week, and wraps it up.
Thank you.
Thanks.